Hi guys. Let me pause the music so I can not talk over it. Hi guys. Apologies for having to push the stream out a little bit. I probably could have. Oh god, my hair. Oh, just all of me looks horrible. It's been one of those days. I probably could have been good to start at like normal time, but I had an appointment at the VA this morning at like 8 o'clock, and I wanted to make sure that I had time to come back and get some stuff done. My normal like morning house stuff and make sure the animals were all set before I started. So figured I would give myself that little 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 extra bit of time, just to kind of mellow out before we started. So I'm trying to think if there's any business I need to talk about before we start. I did post over on the community tab the results from our community coloring vote for I can't talk this morning. Y'all voted for our community color image for March, so it was the jackalope page, the double jackalope from Mythographic Menagerie. I picked the book for this one and let you guys vote on the image. So there's more info over on the post on the community tab for that. No, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna be like, well, you don't have these pencils, so you can't participate. That's just silly. Use whatever medium you want. I look forward to seeing what you guys create. I'm not sure if I'm going to do mine as a video or if I'm going to do it live. I have a couple other projects planned before I start working on that. So next week we might paint next week. We'll have to see how that goes. For the rest of this week, uh I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream on Thursday or if there might be a video. So I'll be out of town for work this weekend. So it really just depends on if I can get everything that I need to get done over the next like day and a half. If I can get that stuff done. If I am able to stream on Thursday, there will be like a scheduled post up for it. Um, I'll try and get something out for Thursday. I have to look through my vast storehouse of stuff. I don't want to just like throw a video together just to throw a video together, but um yeah, so Thursday is up in the air. I should have something good to go for Saturday, because I'll have some time tomorrow to put that together. It will probably end up being another like single element blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Uh I think it will probably end up being the rocks from the Magical Earth. The another element from the flower page. Uh I still haven't taken my PC in, have it replaced. And it's probably going to be another week or two before I'm able to do that because I know I have people coming to do construction on my house on Monday. So I should also have March's free coloring page up on Friday. Um but yeah, let me go ahead cuz I got a couple things I want to show you guys before we color. Let me flip over to this screen. So, first I gotta do some happy mail. So the lovely KP, who you guys know, one of our community members, was kind enough, and she did give me permission to like shout her out. Um, she messaged me over the weekend and said that she had sent me some happy mail off of my Amazon. So, she sent me the Spectrum Noir metallic, the twin tip mark. Actually, so she messaged me and said that uh she sent me something, and then like 24 hours later she's like, "Hey, I was not expecting they showed up on Sunday." She's like, "I don't usually get stuff on Sunday, but I just got a notification that they were delivered." Um and so these came on Sunday, and I was playing around with the Arctic pencils, and so I grabbed one of these to play with them. These are actually they're dual ended, so you get it's I don't know if I would necessarily call it like a well, it is a brush tip, but it's not like I don't have anything on me to play with this. So they're kind of like a firm brush tip. Um I'll show in just a second what I was working on that I tested out. And then there's also like a smaller like little drawing tip on them, but these are pretty cool. I am already pondering like how I want to incorporate these some future projects. So uh I have some of the Spectrum Noir metallic markers from a subscription box. Ooh. Yeah, this is the Antique Elements set. But yeah, I was having fun messing around with these. So she sent me those. And then she sent me, let me take this out of the plastic. Fuck. This is the Gensi Tambi Shirataki. They're watercolor pan sets. Is there like a little thing on here that I can? I don't have my craft knife. But there's some really pretty colors and I'm actually pondering using this for the community color page in the mythographic book, at least as like a base, and then I might do some pencil work over the top of it. But I definitely want to, because I think these would be really good colors for the jackalopes, and I can mix some of these too. It's like a nice like array of colors. So she's not here right now, but I have already thanked her Discord. But yeah, I'm really excited to bust these out, and I like this box too. But yeah, so I got those Happy Mail, and then because they're on my desk, this is just stuff that I've bought, and this is not all that I've bought, but this set Liquitex Basics acrylic. This is the metallics and iridescence. So it's got bronze, copper, silver, gold, iridescent white, and iridescent graphite because I would like to start doing some more some painting. Um so I got those, and then this is the acrylic gouache that came in my deceptively small box from Blick yesterday that we were talking about. Um, but yeah, I got this set. This was actually kind of expensive for 12 colors, but it's got a nice like split. um, split primary, um, and a couple complementary colors in here, but and then I've got a burnt sienna and then a titanium white and a jet black. So I feel like I could do quite a bit in terms of like mixing with these. But there are a couple, if I like these, there are a couple colors that I already have my eye on. Like I prefer to have a pink in my set. I find it easier to mix skin tones with pink and yellow versus like red and yellow. It's easier to get it uh to like the tone that I prefer. So I'm definitely thinking of picking up a pink. And also I noticed that there is actually a pastel acrylic wash set. And it's really hard to find like actual like pastel um paint. I think most people that tend to prefer those colors um end up having to mix them, but they look like, and I don't generally color like pastel, but it looked like a really nice set for highlights. So when I have a little extra cash, I might pick up the pastel set um of the acrylic wash. So I have a few tubes of the Turner acrylic wash, and I think they're similar. You've had good luck with the Turners. I might try some of theirs. Like I'm not above like mixing brands, you know. I know a lot of people do that because like you know every company has their own like formula. So even if the pigment is if they use the same pigment, there's like variations. And so, you know, if you like Holbein Scarlet versus like Turner's, but you prefer Turner's Meridian to, you know, like I don't think there's no harm in like mixing your brands if you prefer like the tonality of one brand's color like to the other. So maybe I'll pick up some um some of theirs. I need to make a trip in the city at some point to drop my PC off. So maybe I'll stop by the art store. And then I just grabbed a few brushes. I got these at Michael's. They're the Royal and Langnickel. I just needed some different sizes, and I don't really have a lot of like angle shaders in my set, but I I'm not sure, like I don't want to use these like right off like when I'm playing because I have heard some people say that the acrylic wash is hard to like wash out of your. But then part of me is wondering, like, a lot of the people that are upset about that leave their brushes sitting with paint all over them, and then, you know, like wait until like a day later to come back and wash their brushes. And I don't know, maybe I'm just oh gosh, maybe I'm just I don't know. I wash my brushes after I use them, like every time I use them, I rinse my brushes out, even if it's like a temporary break on a project. Just I don't know. I mean, what do you expect if you leave your brushes sitting with acrylic based paint? If you wash your yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I mean, I think like I don't okay, I get the difference between like acrylic wash and regular acrylic paint, but I don't know, like it just struck me as like that there was something different with acrylic gouache that made it super hard to to get out of your paintbrushes. But okay, I gotta sort my pencils out here. There's some Artix pencils in mixed in here in my little like project bucket, playing with these over the weekend. Oh, and that's what um not noticed a difference. I think like the difference is the finish. Like that's why a lot of people like the acrylic gouache because it's like it's not it's like the way you use it is pretty much like you would use a regular acrylic paint, but it dries that flat matte like gouache. So if you don't like the drying texture of an acrylic paint, it's a good option. So this is the image that I was working on over the weekend that I actually used um the Spectrum Noir markers on. Difference in what the binder does to the brushes. I gotcha, I gotcha. If so, I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but I used the Spectrum Noir kind of on a couple little areas on this fish. But this was kind of my weekend in between other stuff like project. I said I wasn't going to start anything new, but this book has small images, and I really wanted to play with the Artix pencils. I just got these over the weekend, so I kind of wanted to see what they were all about. But I think I am almost done um with this one. That's may have to pull my I don't know why I put them away. Still using them. But got this up here that needs and then it's mostly just all of the little like detail-y type. I think I should be good. And what's on my desk? I don't even and then depending on how far I get with this today, if I finish this, then might work our fist pay. The audio cut out. It might have been because I was leaning away from the mic. Yeah, unfortunately, like, is this thing like the mic is in my face, so if I move the wrong way, Yeah, occasionally, like, as I move my or adjust my headset, it changes the position of the mic. Yeah, I might have bumped it while I was like looking at stuff on my desk and trying to sort through my pencils. Unfortunately, the headset mic is I'm not gonna say it's not like the greatest quality because I paid a decent price for my headset, but it's not like good for gaming, listening to music and things like that, but not the most ideal for like live streaming and whatnot. And it also gets in the way. Uh, what this one needs to be. This one needs to be it. It would be really nice to finish this today. Um, because then I could sit down and see if I have enough to uh actually do a completed pages video for the month. Because if that's the case, then that would give me a Thursday and a Saturday video for this week. Yeah, it's the end of the month already. Although we kind of have, well, not kind of, but we have the extra day. Right. We need to finish this one over here. I don't know why I keep waffling on like finishing this little lantern. Because then I can come back in and finish up the sky. It would be an easy one to film. Yeah. And I have a decent amount of stuff. I think that I unless I just do it as a like mostly whip. Like, hey, this is like what I worked on this month. Doesn't necessarily need to be a like, hey, this is what I completed this month. I'm just trying to think like um I still have my fish to work on, but really that one's not too far off being done because I did the background. I did the background over the weekend while I was setting everything up this week. So I don't know. We'll just have to see how I feel tomorrow. Hopefully, I will actually be worked. But there was almost a well, my office hasn't caught on fire, so there's that, but there was a catastrophe in here last night. Um, Sometimes I'll sit in here at my desk and I mod for a friend on Twitch, so sometimes I'll sit in here and I'll eat while I mod for him. And Esther was up on my desk and she knocked a cup of water over and it ran down behind my desk and into outlet behind my desk. So of course like I'm hurrying to like try and unplug everything because that's the outlet that my overhead light, my camera, like all my little like small appliances on this side of the desk was attached to, and I didn't realize that my like because there's space between my wall in the desk, but I didn't realize how close the back of the desk was to the wall. And so at first I was like, okay, like it'll just run down the back of the desk and onto the floor. And when I went to start cleaning stuff up, I realized, nope, it was running down the wall and into the outlet. It was just kind of like a mad dash to unplug everything. And of course, like my overhead light is the main light in my office, or the one that's on my desk. So I'm trying to like see what's happening back there, um and I ended up just taking the outlet cover off and leaving it like open all night and just closing my office up, hoping that like anything that got in there would like dry out. But yeah, it was definitely like I had like a mini like meltdown over it. Just that initial like I'm already down a piece of equipment. If I lose another piece of equipment, like just it was just this moment of like just I don't even know how to just like describe it. Just despair, I guess. You know, and then of course there was the self-depreciating like does it even really matter, like I'm going to have to find other work eventually, as much as like I love this and enjoy it. But it was just kind of like one of those, it was a moment. And I don't know, I if it's just I have started my step down dosage of my medication, and um some of that like boost that I was getting from the higher dosage, I feel like I've lost a little. Hi Kim, how are you? Welcome on in. How's your day going? But yeah, I've started noticing as they've decreased my medication that I feel like I'm a little bit. Oh, that kind of bums me out. What are you up to today, Kimberly? I'm a little behind schedule today. Usually I'm a lot bit behind schedule today. Sitting here coloring. What are we working on? I'm trying to finish up whips today. Then I might have to, no, not might, pull, pull a paint pen for these bubbles if we get that far. Okay, so let's do the the violin, whatever it is that these guys are playing. Working in Rita Berman's Europe book. Ooh, fun. I pulled out the Asia book over the weekend to work in because I've been playing with the Arctics pencils. But I really need to color more in uh my Rita books. Like I go through spurts though, and I'm kind of on a mythographic kick of late. Speaking of mythographic, Shangri-La comes out next week. So I have that pre-ordered. I can't tell if this is part of, I think that's part of his leg. Uh, Color that in. Only have two mythographic books, and they're the earlier ones with the hidden images. Yeah, I still color in those, but I just ignore ignore them in the sense like I color them into the image, or depending on like where they're at, I'll wipe them out. I need to look at a picture of. Okay, so my lines aren't quite as dark as um that's really not as defined on an actual violin. But yeah, I'm definitely glad that they got rid of the hidden objects. It's nice that they um listen to their customers. especially considering like how many of those books they pump out. Like seriously, there's one that's like set to come out like every 3 months for the next however long. Like I think the farthest out that I saw right now was November. This area in here. You ordered Aviary? That's a fun book. I've actually done a few pictures in that one. I think that was the one that I committed to using the column markers in the basic set of the column markers. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. I know okay, so Shangri-La comes out next week. Then I mean I could just look it up. I know Wild Summer comes out in May, I believe. Then there's Mythical Beasts, Magic Apothecary, and Rainbow Realms for the ones that I saw so far. Think you were watching some of my videos? Aw, that always makes me feel warm and fuzzy to hear. I don't think I've done any aviary. I don't have any videos of it, but I think I showed the the image I did in that in one of my completed pages videos. It would have been from the fall. Okay, I am going to pull swirly things, basically cover over them with brown. Are supposed to be okay. Then this is also black. And then I think what I probably will end up doing is I will put the strings back in with a paint pen because that the fret is supposed to be black also. So When I'll have to multitask for a second. You've gotten lots done in the meantime. Well, I've got a chunk of this violin in a lantern. It's just a lot of like nitpicky, like detail type work at this point. But we're getting there. Oh no, that's supposed to be brown. Okay, the top of it is supposed to be brown. Right, is supposed to be black. Am I only using pencils? Yes and no. For the majority of this, yes. I did use a paint marker on around the edge of my moon and on some of these little areas, but primarily, yes. This is pretty much all pencil. I probably will do some detail work with a paint pen, like uh putting these strings back on, and I'll go over the bubbles. Hey Emily, how are ya? How's your day going? Welcome on in. That's the back part or upper part of his leg, so color that too. It is really difficult to see little little details, so some of this I might have to do off camera. Ooh, frozen pizza? That sounds good. I had a kind of like in between breakfast and lunch. I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts on my way back from the day. Because that way, when I take my break here in like 15-20 minutes, it'll pretty much be just to feed the cat. I started later. Oh, where'd my dark brown go? Went over there. Nova Scotia, 12:45. Then you finished lunch. Ooh, It's 11:47 here on the east coast of the United States. I'm kind of thinking about pizza now. I have a calzone, but that would require either the oven or the toaster oven. And generally, when I take my lunch break, stream days, I try not to like take too super long. Usually just a snack and a beverage. Although I could, my probably will make my hot chocolate. There you are. Hey Brittany, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Your day is going well. Yeah, I treated myself to Dunkin' after my VA appointment. I was supposed to do lab work today, but like um finished my appointment and then headed down to the lab, and like apparently in between like the 2 minute walk from the primary care clinic down lab, computers in the entire facility like went down. So they couldn't pull up any lab orders that had already been in the system. So I sat for a little while and waited to see if things would come back up. And then I'd say after about 30 minutes, somebody finally came out and was like, not going to be a quick fix. And she's like, you could head back to the clinic and have them print out like a manual lab request form. And I was like, you know what? I'll be out and about tomorrow. I'll just stop in tomorrow and do it. Like, I'm sorry. I'm like, hey, it's not your fault. Technology is oh, a mistress sometimes. I wish that they would like they put these bubbles in front of an object like this. I wish that they would finish the line work. I could finish the line work, but I don't want. But yeah, it kind of sucks now. I have to go back to the VA, but I'll just do it tomorrow on my way to get my hair cut because I drive right by it. And plus, I need to go back there anyways and um talk about some legal. That should be an enjoyable time. I don't like confrontation, and I just feel like that's what it's gonna come to, but okay, I actually really like the way this came out. So definitely need to do the same thing on this one. Finish this one. So first, fix this little bit of purple I had to erase. Oh no, his little, I need to finish his leg. Oh, thank you, Sonia. I appreciate that. If you guys need me to zoom in a little closer, I can. I know sometimes this angle is weird, so I try and color a little bit and then pull my hand back so you guys can. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate the kind words, you guys. This has been a fun image to work on. I mean, this whole book is gorgeous. No, you know what? We're just gonna finish. I'm just gonna finish this section because tree needs to be finished as well. Finish the section. So this is the kind of challenging part, and I'm trying to decide whether or not to pull a different brown because I don't want my island and my tree to look. I mean, it is what it is. They're both brown colored objects. And I can always define it with more shadowing to to separate. Plus his leg and his body are under there. I think I just might not take the tree as dark. Have I taken in my computer to be? I have not. It'll probably have to wait until till I get my next check from the Air Force if the government is open and they actually pay me. But I was gonna do it when I come back next week, but I have somebody coming to fix a window in my living room and a cat has an appointment next week, so I have a perfectly fine setup that I can still use to work. So it'll get done eventually. It's not. It's a priority, but also other things have to be taken care of first. So it's not like I'm completely like, oh my gosh, I can't work. And honestly, like the limitations of only having the one monitor have kind of given me like a push to tackle like other projects. So like when I'm sitting here and I'm editing and doing other things, like I have to make the most of the one monitor on my laptop, so like I'm not distracted by, oh hey look, let me pull up this on this monitor while I also attempt to do this. Or coming in here and just sitting and watching YouTube videos when I have like other stuff to do around the house. So that actually has been kind of like kind of freeing. Like, well, you know what? I'm in here. I need to work and not be distracted. No, you're not a polychromos. You're an archive pencil. You know what? Let's put a little bit of this in here. I did that on the other one. It looks nice with these browns. Add some light to it. I can go in. Yeah. Okay. Where are you? Dark go. Gonna put a little bit of this. Body. Leg. Okay. We're gonna let that marinate for a minute. Okay, so 10 more minutes before I take my break. At I'm gonna start working on this, finishing up this violin right here. Trying to get all these little like fiddly bits out of the eh. So I feel like because this guy is front and center and he's also the biggest of the grasshoppers, there'd be more light on him. So his violin doesn't need to be as dark as anybody else's. I'm gonna leave a little bit of the edge white on these tuning pegs as a highlight. Opposite. Okay, that piece is going to be the same violin. Add a little more. I didn't. That's okay. That gray. Okay, so darker in here. Yeah, I kind of like the fact that they're different. The lighting is different on both of them. I had another out here, but apparently I don't. How big that I know it's like gigantic. It's like I like how they're sized to like to each of the grasshoppers. Then I think on this one up here, I might put some of this blue and a little bit of the glowy from the oh excuse me glowy from the lantern, just because I think he's a little closer to that light source. So we'll see when we get to that. I'll definitely need to do some work to separate these two. I think I can just do that with some creative shadowing though. How often do I do lives? Right now, at least on Tuesdays, I go live at 10:30 Eastern. And then Thursdays is kind of, gosh darn it, I'm gonna fight this camera. I don't know why it keeps doing this. Shouldn't keep flickering like that. And then Thursday is kind of it just depends on what the week looks like. Sometimes it's a live on Thursday, and sometimes it's a video, and sometimes it's if I can't get anything done. Um, so that's kind of an evolutionary process, but long and short of it, at least on Tuesdays. So usually the preview um scheduled notification ish thingy will go up on Friday or Saturday, letting you know like what's coming next week. I usually record on Mondays, live on Tuesday, edit on Wednesday and Thursday, sometimes live on Thursday. And then Fridays are like my setup day, and then I usually release a video on Saturdays. I really want to like finish this before I take my break. Goodness, there goes my phone. Holy cow. Okay. All right. Well, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's a little bit of a mishmash, a hodgepodge, if you will, things. Okay. So I'm gonna take my break now before the cat comes yelling at me. I'm gonna turn the camera off, and I might before I come back see if I can figure out why it keeps telling me it's over. It may be the battery pack I'm using, but okay. So let me put some music on. I shouldn't be too long. I'm just gonna feed Lorna and then make myself a hot beverage. So all right, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yes, like I didn't even put. So while I was eating my breakfast, I was looking to see if they had the Stay Wet palettes. I didn't even put anything in my cart. But I don't even know like if I'm like logged in on my Blick account. Um, I don't think I put anything in my cart, but like I got an email saying, "Hey, we see that you were looking at this the Masterson Stay Wet palette. You want to buy it?" I'm not even like I'm not even signed in. That's honestly kind of disconcerting. Still thinking about it. The supplies you loved are just a click away. Take another look, come back and shop before it's gone. Calm down. Okay. Where? I feel like we need some here before I start burnishing. Yeah, I was gonna try and like see if I could fix my whatever the deal is with my camera, but I'd have to take it completely off the mount. And yeah, that would just it would take me too long. To do that and then put everything back, so I'll have to fix it later. Or see if I can fix it later. I really like should just get the Canon battery pack, but they never have the one that I need for my camera in stock. I mean, I'm not gonna knock Temu. It's kind of like, what's the other one? Like Wish. I think there are certain things that, if you're on a limited budget, like pencil cases and stuff that's generally like easily replaced anyways. I'd buy like little storage containers and pencil cases, and I know Ryan bought a few pencil cases off of Temu and they legitimately look like the ones that you get on Amazon. I think you've got as much likelihood of getting Chinese knockoff products on Amazon as you do on Temu. Ordered jigsaw puzzles and oh no, were they like missing pieces and just. I need to order more of these. I have the blenders, but I really like the burnisher for for the polychromos. Wouldn't go near Temu because some of the sellers on there are scammer. That's also valid. I feel like you run that risk with most, like, you run that risk on Amazon also. Like, if you're not careful and you buy something from a third-party seller on Amazon. Let me tell you a story about my ex-boyfriend, who was not the brightest crayon in the box. So when he was deployed, of course, you know, making those big deployment doll hairs, he was buying things, and having them sent back to me, to hold on to while he was gone. And he bought this uber expensive Bose surround sound system for, it was somewhere in the like $1,200 to $1,500 range. He bought it on Amazon, but it was from a third-party seller who was in, I believe, Italy. And I can't remember what exactly happened, if there was, I can't exactly remember how it went down, but he was contacted by the seller and they wanted more money. And, he refused, like, to send them more money. And so, they refused to refund him what he had already paid. And Amazon basically told him he was SOL, because it was a third-party seller and not somebody that, like, not an Amazon affiliate, you know what I mean? Like, and so, yeah, he ended up out $1,500. And, like, at that point, like me, I would be like, I would have been done with it. You know what? Like, I'm out $1,500. I don't need this item. At that point, it is what it is. Well, he was not gonna take that laying down, so he went and he spent another, like, $1,500 to buy this surround sound system. In his credit, though, at least he made sure the next time he bought it that it was from a reputable Amazon affiliated seller. But yeah, sometimes when it comes to, like, the third party on Amazon, the protection is not the greatest. The puzzles were really thin and every piece was cut the same. Wait, so was it like 100? Was it like 100 of the same piece? You get like 100 of, like, the same edge piece? That's wild. I don't know, some of that stuff is scary. So, like, we had a meeting, and we're briefed that apparently some God, I don't even know if I want to, like, some company from a specific location not in the United States was randomly sending smartwatches to service members. Like, people were just, like, nothing they ordered. It wasn't even like a popular brand name. It was just a here, as a token of our appreciation for your service, have a smartwatch. And so, like, people, like, they reported it because that's weird. And so apparently they traced it to this specific country not in the United States. And we were basically told if we get a random smartwatch in the mail, like, smash it, don't use it, don't turn it on, and then report it. 100 pieces, all the same shape? Oh my god. That's... wow. Forgot to do the top. What about websites? Speaking of Amazon, I have things out for delivery. I ordered a tiny little little like LED light. So I moved my monitors to like a dual mount, so they're not on my, like, sitting on my desk. And the nice part is the center cross brace, I can actually put my webcam on, but I can't use the same light that I was my other ring light because it's gigantic. So I got a small little like LED light that'll also hopefully fit on the little crossbar. I also love delivery days, but I really need to stop buying stuff. But in my defense, I have ordered some stuff for the animals, so, you know. I had to resupply the rabbits. Little biscuit dash. Because hell hath no fury like a rabbit that doesn't get his post-cleaning snack. I feel like he might actually try and trip me if he doesn't get his biscuit. And I ordered some household goods stuff too. We might actually be able to finish this today. We're like, I'm not too far off. Bunch of like detail-y stuff, but yeah, really at this point, I'm just like, aside from a few little like things, I'm just going over the details. Oh, I hope so. It would make me feel like accomplished to be able to get this done and posted. So now I'm gonna have to turn the book because it'll be easier for me to work on this one. Because it is a tiny little. I'm gonna do the supposed to get 2 packages with 3 boxes of 6 different Spectrum Noir classy hint of color alcohol markers. Ooh. Everybody getting goodies today. Today, I can't talk. And hopefully the pharmacy has your meds too. No, that's always it's like anxiety inducing, like, oh my god, I need these to manage my anxiety, but you have an irrational fear of rabbits? Why? Mine are actually pretty sweet for, you know, they're a little grumpy, but they're fun. One tried to bite you. Well, that's unfortunate. I can understand why that would make you apprehensive. I have been bitten by a rabbit before, but it was on accident. Didn't mean to do it. Am I gonna be starting at Discord or Facebook? I have a Discord. I am just debating on like whether or not I want to like open it, essentially open it back up. I have been pondering it, but I have no plans for Facebook. It's like on my list of things, but I have some other things that I am working on first. Oh well, then I definitely hope they have your refill since you're on your last one. But but yeah, that's I don't know, the Discords and Facebooks and whatnot are cool, but it's a whole other like thing to have to manage. And I'm not sure right now that I have the capacity to like add something like that onto my plate. So it will just end up being see how things go and what I feel like I can manage. Oh, and I was going to leave. Yeah, I had that happen with my steroids. I wasn't sure like what pharmacy they were at and whether or not I needed to like pick them up. Were they going to be mailed to me? And I got to the point where I was like, dang, this is gonna have to like cut my dosage in half earlier than I was supposed to, because like that is definitely not something that you want to just like stop taking. That would have been a bad time. Okay, he was pretty simple to finish. What wanna do his antennas? What we'll just do a little light is the Okay, so I think I'm gonna try and do the little like little pieces on the lanterns next, because I have the colors out here. This one up here I'm not gonna do a whole lot with. Keep this one pretty light. the tassels on this one kind of blends in with the sky, but just on some of these little like fiddly bits, I'm not super like worried about like an excessive amount of detail. They're not an focal point of the image. In the mythographic books, do I prefer the Faber-Castells? Currently, yes. I mean, I've used other mediums in them. It just, as of late, because I started out in this book with, this was the first image that I did in this book. I need to spray some fixative on this thing. And it was kind of coming back to the polychromos after a while. And I just really liked the way it turned out. So I decided to kind of keep going with it. But I do, because I can keep them to a fine point, and there's so many little like details in these books that the polys do a really good job being able to get into a lot of those like smaller areas. And I generally don't do pencil backgrounds, but on some of these, like, because it's smaller spaces for the background, it was a little easier to manage. So currently, yes, I am preferring the polys in the mythographic book. But I think for our community color for March, I'm probably going to use watercolor. On that image. No problem. I'm actually there's a couple videos on the channel I'm doing like a single object type series. So there's two so far. There's one using the polys to color flowers in Magical Earth, and then the one I just put out this past weekend is actually a paper lantern tutorial. But that one's in Reed Berman. But I was using the polys on that one too. And then there's a couple live streams of me working on this one, and also we did some of this one live as well. I know Sonia'd be excited about the watercolor. Yeah, I really think I'm gonna use the Gansey Tambies. I can't pronounce it. I think I'm going to use those for that image. Oh, this is let me see. Chinese white. one already kind of gives me the highlights. I'm gonna try and stick with that. I'm not gonna do too much to this one. Just hit it with the burnisher when I get to that. Yeah, I really don't need to do too much with this. This one, you know what? I think I'm just gonna keep it consistent, and I'm just gonna use the same two colors for all of the tassels. Because then I don't have to worry about trying to remember what I used where, so. Okay, yeah, I like the consistency there. And I'm going to have to fix this since I colored this. I can say Tambi will be great for coloring books. I hope so. I think if I'm mindful of the water, and I might use pencil over top of it for some of the detail work, but I think for like a base coat, I think that color palette will be really nice for that image. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go grab a fine liner here in a minute. But I can get it from my nice semi-organized art box. By organized, I mean all of the fine liners are in a drawer, but they are not organized by size. It was kind of one of those, like, I needed them out of the way. So it was like half organizing type deal. Like, I put them in the drawer, but I didn't have the energy or the wherewithal at like 10 o'clock at night to sort them by size. I have so many fine liners, you guys, and I'm not really doing a whole lot of like outlining. At least not like physically. I do it in digital, but then I'm like, why do I keep buying fine liners? Why am I like this? But I don't know, maybe when I start painting, I think maybe what will work for me is to do like pencil sketching and then paint and then decide after the fact whether or not I want to outline, like kind of like urban sketching style. Maybe we will start on our on the community color next week. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know if I'll do it Tuesdays live. We'll see. If I decide to paint next week, or I could just do it for Tuesdays live, and then if I am able to do a, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Although I don't think I'll have to look and see what time Lucio's appointment is next week, because he has a follow-up appointment and I'm pretty sure it's on a Thursday. So we'll have to play that by ear. Oh, who's texting me? Oh. Oh, who's my husband sending me food-related things. Does. No. One object at a time. Finish all these little fiddly bits. Then I do have some work to do, in the corner of... And then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with these musical notes. Take a minute to ponder. And also finish my beverage. And also check and see if my Amazon order has been delivered. It has not. Okay. Alright. Move up to the corner up here and a little area. working on mythographic piece, and I have to say some of these things are a big challenge for your old eyes. Yeah. Yeah, there's some tiny little details in these books. Like, I'm having a hard time, like, because my overhead light is pretty bright, and if I lean too far forward to try and see, then my head will be on the camera. But honestly, like, a lot of the little fiddly details, I'm not super worried about, like, them looking, like, perfect. Like, if somebody really wants to zero in and be like, oh my god, she didn't use 7 pencils on that castle, like, come on now, you know? I'm not gonna, like, accentuate and outline every little individual, like, strand on here. That's just silly. You have one over here. I'm gonna bring a little bit of this corner. Okay, I'm going to hit this corner up here. Alcohol marker. Blender. I have to be careful because I think I've already hit this area. Pencil. It needs to be tipped. And you know what? We'll hit this down here. KP, how are you? Busy day here, but want to drop in and say a quick hello. Hope everyone is having a great day. We are having an amazing day. I shouted you out at the beginning of the stream, so if you go back and you watch the live replay, I showed everybody the lovely goodies that you sent me, and we talked about probably going to use the watercolors on the community color for this month. So thank you again. Sorry, my phone was doing something. So thank you again for the lovely gifts. I definitely am looking forward to using them in a project. And I hope, despite the fact that your day is busy, that it has been a good day. I am. I'm going to use the Spectrum Noirs on my my Rita Berman, the fish page I sent you the photo of. I haven't worked on that one since the weekend. And then obviously today I want to finish this one because it is almost done. And then I was hoping I would get to Ryan's fish page, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to that. So that, I don't know, I might, if I have time tomorrow, I might do that as a, maybe I'll do that for a video. I don't know. Like, honestly, at this point, I feel like it doesn't really matter what I do. I can't figure out YouTube's algorithm, so... I might as well just do whatever. Hey, Soup! How are you? Yes, we're finishing the, the grasshoppers. How are you, Soup? How's your day going? Yes, the algorithm does seem to change all the time. It's like the last two videos that I did were both the single object videos. It was like the first one, it was like, oh man, this is great. People like this. It got good views, and so I was like, let's do the same thing. And I didn't really change much in terms of like how I labeled everything. And the second one, it just did not. So it's frustrating when that happens, because you're like, well, what did that, like, what was, I mean, I know the audio on the one from this weekend was a little wonky, but it was just kind of, it knocked you back when that happens, because then you're just like, what? It's going good until you just shovel the snow. Now dead. Oh. Ooh. Did you guys get a lot of snow? I like that. KP, live your bliss. I'm gonna color what I want. Okay, I just put alcohol blender marker down. I need to stop playing with that. What are we gonna do with these? Should I just make the musical notes look like the lanterns, or is that too much? I don't know what to do. Oh, phone, what are you doing? Snowing windy all night completely changed from yesterday. Ah, so you guys have um the the weird the weird weather too. Like I not necessarily like all of the pinks and whatnot, but like if I did them in a base of this yellow with like a little bit of the orange. Like, I don't know. So much snow on the ground from 2 storms, but it's warming up and finally melting. It's been nice here the past few days. Okay, I'm gonna go grab, I need a paper towel because I'm gonna play with a paint marker here, and I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. And then we'll come back and we'll figure out what to do with these little musical note things. I will be right back. I am back. Alright, I don't know what to do with. Don't know what to move on to another element. Gosh darn it! I'm gonna do those first. It seems like it's been a. I don't even want to say it lest I jinx it. It's been a weird winter, and we'll just Okay, I gotta make sure. Actually, hold on. I need a fine liner. It's been warmer than usual for this time of year. It's been like that here in New York too. Oh my gosh. Microns. Better. Okay. Wait. White. I don't know if I like how this looks. I'll roll it. Part of me is wishing that I had done this with bleed proof white in a detail brush. I regret my decision. You know what? It's too late now. We gotta commit. I think I might just have to do multiple coats. Is it just, are you just having a hard time getting thickness? Yeah, I probably have to go back and do extra coats on the ones on the top. Apparently this paint marker is having some issues today. Did I not even, like... Around to the beginning of the stream, saw your new set of the acrylic gouache. Maybe it was... It might have been Liquitex I was looking at. Like, I mean, I don't need any more gouache. But I was looking at... I don't like that either. I was looking at a couple different brands. So maybe Liquitex and Holbein both have a pastel option. I'll have to look and see. But yes, got me some acrylic gouache. Really, I think if I was going to be like cool about it, probably the only color I would say I would like would be something in the magenta or pink family, and maybe an umber, darker brown. A cooler brown, if you will. And then I think between the set that I have and that, I could probably do whatever I needed to do. But I don't need any more gouache. Yeah, see, like, I don't mind mixing with, like, watercolor, because it's pretty simple. But when you're working with thicker paints, yeah, it gets to be a little... And so I just want to see what I can do with that set before I go buy a bunch more gouache. And I think I also I'm going to probably invest in one of like the Stay Wet palettes, because if I'm gonna be mixing a lot of like acrylic and acrylic gouache and whatnot, I don't want to waste paint. This. Yeah. I don't need any more gouache. I have jacked these bubbles up. I can't even draw a circle when I have a freaking outline. Yeah, I definitely, one of the. Oh my god! Jeez. Oh, oh. Just gonna blame it on the medication. Back to my handshake. I can't follow an outline. I don't know what this song is, but it's like, just get a big tube of titanium white and mix your own pastels. True. That is also true. I do have a small tube of titanium white. I'm gonna keep saying it like that, so. Oh. Let's see. Alright. Flippin'. Fucking coat. Son of a... Oh no! Oh gosh! There's paint everywhere. Okay, well, at least it went over there and not on my page. Ugh. This is... Oh gosh, it's on the other chair. Oh no. Oh man. It's okay, it's okay. It's acrylic paint. It's acrylic paint. That's why I have a mat on my desk, and any furniture that comes into should that it may be subject to batter. Oh, it's everywhere. Including on my hands. Okay, I don't completely hate it now. Some of my bubbles look a little wonky, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna add some little white, little white speckles and just some random. Some little tiny dots. Oh, I like the way that looks. Okay, alright. I would like it if this marker would not. It's frustrating because it's like, the outline is there for me and I can't even follow a circle, but. Okay, I like that a lot better. Still need some work, but I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the music notes. Unless I just keep them, like, really subtle. Because some of them already kind of have similar colors, like the ones that are overlapping the lantern already kind of have similar colors where I colored into it. We're almost done though. Pondering. You know what? I think I'm just gonna try something. I mean, these aren't a huge focal point, so I'm not they can be subtle, but also still kind of like fit the color scheme. So we're gonna start off with the beige red. This one's out here kind of in the open, so I am very, very carefully. Actually, I should put it on this one. Give it a little bit of moon glow. Oh, we are almost done. Now, I'm just trying to make sure I haven't missed any small little elements on here that are tucked behind before I start doing my final furnishing. I've done this before I put the paint dots on, but did a lot of this with the markers, so this is trying to lay around the moon. So the paint pen is actually holding up this. This is honestly like the most tedious part. The smoothing. Thank you, KP. I appreciate that. I just, uh, honestly, sometimes I just, and my work. You know what? Let's just start down. We'll we'll start this over again. I don't know. Honestly, sometimes I just like throw stuff at the page and hope for the best. I know that makes it sound like I don't put thought into my project, which isn't the case. I do, but I don't know. I just over time it's just become a like I'm gonna experiment and hope for the best. Sometimes that works. Sometimes this is actually fixing, giving me an opportunity. These bubbles. So I'm not upset about that. I don't know. I guess I've gotten to the point where it's like not as like, oh my god, I ruined this, and I have plenty of pages that like half done because what I tried didn't work. But sometimes I come back to those pages like months down the road where I've learned a new technique or a new supply, and I'm able to actually like fix, like recover some of those old images. Like I have really not good portrait attempts in books that were kind of expensive. Maybe I will go over it with gouache and just see what I can do. Do everything the same way every time it'd be boring. This is true. I like to experiment. So, I don't know, maybe that's why I've had a hard time finding like a footing with YouTube, because I do a lot of different things and use a lot of different supplies, and that's kind of niche, I guess, in this world. I'm trying to not so much with this image because I did a lot of like the like 3-color blending, but like one thing I would like to work on more is um using different like complementary color palettes in the same like section of a piece, which I don't know if we'll get to it in March because I'm going to take a break from polychromos and work on other things, but I have some reference images that I have pulled for this one that I think might be a really good opportunity to kind of like test that out. Well, yeah, I say test that out, um but that's something that I want to work on. Like, I mean, I kind of did it with these, but a little more bold with my color choices. Just, I guess, a little less like solid block of color, I guess would be the way to put it. Because I mean, if you think about it, like in real life, colors exist like within each other, like, you know, have a flower with pink and blue in it. And just trying to be not quite so much like highlight, mid-tone, dark. And it would be fun to bring other art. I mean, we've done a little bit of digital. I would like to learn how to paint better and improve my own drawing skills. It's tough sometimes to balance out like what I feel like using and people what people want to see, and supplies that I like using that, you know, it's about balance. I know that like I've been using polychromos on this, and yeah, they're fairly popular within the adult coloring community, but they're also expensive, and it's not in everybody's budget. And kind of like, I know a lot of people use and enjoy Prismacolors, and I'm not gonna say that I dislike using my Prismas, because I don't. I just, I don't know. I don't enjoy them as much as I do some of my other supplies. On top of the fact that like there's a lot of videos out there like using Prismacolor. I don't know. I just don't I don't get as much joy out of using them as I do out of like paint or my polychromos or some of my Derwents. Might take longer for lots of right people to find you, but at least you enjoy what you do. This is true. You know, it keeps my my options open, you know, to be able to work with like different supplies. Honestly feel like in terms of planning, it gives me more things to to choose from. Um but it's definitely I have to be like mindful of like how I guess how I do it. Um Prisma is a crowded market, also true. There are a lot of Prisma videos out there. Sure. Get bored if I just use the same supply all the time, hence a million different watercolor palettes and who knows how many perfect. Yeah. Yeah, I get bored. So I'm kind of excited, well, not am excited to have the opportunity to plan a project using using the watercolor palette that Kate it's just it's so tough because it's like you get the like you get the comments, I get the comments like, oh, thank you so much for, you know, really cool to see somebody do something different, you know, like when I do something different, which is amazing and I love hearing that, but it's so hard to like gain traction with it. It just it gets discouraging sometimes. It feels like a pill, you know. Yeah. And it definitely doesn't help when it like feels like YouTube's algorithm changes like every 5 seconds. Like you no more than think that you've got like a grasp on something, and then you upload your next video and it's just like, no. No. But I guess I think YouTube is rather bad at recommending channels that I enjoy. Yeah, the recommendations feature is weird. And so is the notifications for like people that I'm like people that you're subscribed to. It's like a lot of times I don't get the notification that somebody posted a new video until days later. And they don't show up in my recommended. I have to actually go to my subscriptions like watch page. They're not like the people that I'm subscribed to aren't prioritized by YouTube. I get a lot of like weird, just random like stuff. I feel like I have to dig to find stuff from the people that I've subbed to, or I'll watch a video and YouTube will keep recommending that same video to me. And then the way, like, if you search for something, the way it sorts is weird. Like, I get wanting to put higher viewed videos near the top. But it's just weird when it's like, okay, well, you search for Polychromos tutorials. Here's a tutorial from like 6 years ago with 1 million views. And then down the page is a tutorial with like 200. It's weird the way they filter things. I think that's a recent thing. It used to show the channel that the channels that you're subscribed to. Yeah, like I feel like I shouldn't have to go digging for the stuff that I like from people that I'm subscribed to. And I'm subscribed to a lot of channels, and I feel like I miss people's stuff because of that, and I have to go like searching for it on specifically my subscriptions page. And then occasionally I'll get the new to you button like on my watch page. YouTube recommends stuff to me that I'm not interested in at all, and if I watch one video on a topic, suddenly your feed is saturated with the topic. And here's the thing is, because so on the watch page, monetized content creators also get ad revenue for ads that play on that front watch page, like in the that preview mode. So like you scroll through your home, and like say you want to kind of like preview a video, or you're just watching it with no sound because you know you're at work and you can't play sound, so you don't open the video up, but you're kind of watching to see what it's about. And if ads play, the content creator gets the ad revenue for it, but those videos will show up in my in the watched section, like on my page. So when I go to my history, if like I have to stop watching a video and then I want to go back and finish it, if I go to like my page, so it counts that as something that I have viewed, and then I start getting more of that type of video in my feed. So like I watch Japanese soap operas sometimes, but it was kind of like a random thing. it popped up on my front like homepage, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And because I watched that one, now I get a whole bunch of Japanese soap operas on that front page. So like it counts those as like, oh well, you watched this for like 10 seconds, even if you didn't technically watch it, and so then it'll show you more of the like that type of video. Check your sub feed every morning now. I try and go through that too, but I still know that like I'm missing people. But I don't know, it's just weird the way it's set up. I mean, it's like on the one hand, I appreciate that you can earn off of ads on that preview page, but I don't really like the way this is. I think I hit this spot with the marker a little too aggressively. Seriously, I need to order more of these. These play really, really nicely with the polys. This is the Derwent, the burnisher, not the blender, the burnisher. I like the texture on this. I don't know if you guys can see it. Bloom ya in a little bit. Just going back and back and forth, like super light in little circles with those. I like it a lot. I don't know. Oh. Oh. Alright. Legit, I think... Except for maybe just a little, like, a little more refinement. As I sit here finding. I think it's done. Like, I get it in the frame there. Like, yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm done. I'm happy with it. I think it's ready to go up on Instagram. Maybe just a little, like, little burnishing, just in some small, but I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Like, I think this book is gonna pretty much be done completely in polychromos. Like, I think that at this point, like, I've committed to that. So it will probably be, I don't know, maybe if I could do an image a month in this book, because there's a lot of images in here. But it really, like, in the grand scheme of things, didn't really take me too long to, like, to finish this. Like, overall, I'd say 10 to 12 hours worth of work. It just, in between other projects, it got, you know, tabled. But I'm definitely pleased with the way it turned out for not really doing, like, pencil backgrounds, and every time I've tried never being, like, satisfied with it. So yeah, this was definitely, like, a different, like, undertaking, I think, these two images, but apparently I have found my groove with the polychromos. So looks fantastic. Very nice work. Thank you guys. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I feel like because I started a little later, we kind of were a little, like, out of sorts today, but yeah, and I feel good that I finished something today, and now I can take 30 minutes and go sit on my butt and some chips and French onion dip and just so yeah, that's gonna be it for me for today. I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the stream. I'm not quite sure what the rest of the week is gonna look like. If I can get some stuff done tomorrow, I might do a shorter stream on Thursday. I definitely need to get my my Saturday video ready, but if I stick to what I've been doing for the next little bit, the single objects don't take too long to film and edit. So if I stream on Thursday, there will be a scheduled thing that goes up probably sometime tomorrow. And it'll probably be a little bit of a shorter stream. We might work on Ryan's community color, um, or I don't know. I'm not like married to Thursdays. Saturdays, Saturday video is definitely the priority, but um, I'll keep you guys updated with whatever I end up doing. If I didn't have drill this weekend, I would stream on Thursday. But fortunately, I have drill this weekend. But I only have like 5 more before I retire, so that's exciting. Um, Ready for that. So, thank you guys for hanging out. I super, super appreciate it. Um, we'll definitely be streaming on Tuesday. That's pretty much like a given unless, the crap hits the fan. So, yeah. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your Tuesday. I had to think about that for a second. It is Tuesday. All right, guys. Peace out.